Hey guys, alright, so today I want to talk about the quadratic formula, which I have listed here. It's negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And I've listed some steps here. So for every single problem, these are the steps that you should be taking. These are what you're asking yourself. Am I in standard form? Once you're in standard form, then you can identify A, B, and C. Okay, if you're not in standard form and you misidentify your A, B, and C, all of the answers are going to be wrong. Okay, once you identify your A, B, and C, you're going to plug them into the formula, and you're going to focus on solving the square root first. And the last step is going to be just simplify. So our first example I wanted to go through is f of x is equal to x squared plus 7x plus 10. Is it in standard form? It is. Decreasing exponents. Now you can identify your A, B, and C. A is 1, B is 7, C is 10. Okay? So now we're just going to plug everything in. I need a negative b. So if b is 7, negative b is negative 7. Plus or minus the square root. B squared, 7 squared, minus 4 times a times c. And that is all over 2 times a. Okay? So I'm going to keep everything how it is, but I'm going to start solving what is in the radical. Okay? So 7 squared is 49. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Negative 4 times 10 is negative 40. Okay? All over 2 times 1, which is 2. So when we multiply, it doesn't matter how you multiply these three. You can multiply this and then multiply that. You can multiply this and then that. It does not matter the order. Okay? All right, we're still working. 49 minus 40 is 9 over 2. Negative 7 plus or minus. What is the square root of 9? It is 3 over 2. So this is going to give us two different answers. The first one is going to be negative 7 plus 3 over 2, which is negative 4 over 2, which is negative 2. And this one is negative 7 minus 3 over 2, which is negative 10 over 2, which is negative 5. So negative 5 and negative 2 are your x values. Okay? All right, let's work on another one. We're going to follow our steps. This is going to be h of x equals 3x squared minus 5x. Okay. I see an x squared and I see an x. I don't have a c. So if there is no c, that means it's 0. So I can identify a, b, and c. A is going to be 3. B is going to be negative 5, and C is going to be 0. So, negative b. If b is already negative, a negative b is going to be positive. Okay? B squared, so negative 5 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 3, times c, which is 0, all over 2 times a. All right? Let's just work on our square root first. This is 25. Minus, okay, you can say negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. Negative 12 times 0 is 0. So that whole thing is 0 over 6. So you have 5 plus or minus. What is the square root of 25? That would be 5. Okay, now we have two different answers. We have 5 plus 5 over 6 equals 10 over 6 equals 5 over 3. Then we have 5 minus 5 over 6, which is 0 divided by 6, which is 0. So our two answers are here, 5 over 3 and 0. So these are our x-intercepts, our zeros, our roots. They all mean the same thing. All right. Let's do a more difficult one. We have f of x is equal to 2x squared minus 2x plus 3. Okay, is it in standard form? It is, so we can identify your A, B, and C. Okay, A is 2, B is -2, C is 3. So let's start plugging in. Again, your B starts as negative, so a negative B is going to be a positive 2. Okay, a -2 squared, so B squared minus 4 times A times C, all over 2 times A, which is 2. Okay, so now we have 2 plus or minus. -2 squared is 4 minus -4 times 2 is -8. -8 times 3 is -24 over 4. So we have 2 plus or minus -20 over 4. Okay, so now square root -20. I need you to think about that as the square root of -1 times 4 times 5. Okay, square root of -1 is I. The square root of 4 is 2. Okay, so those are no longer in our square root. They come out. So this is going to be equal to 2I. The 5 has to stay under the square root. So now you have 2 plus or minus 2I square root 5 over 4. Okay, so now that our radical is solved, we're going to leave it alone. Okay, so when we simplify, we do not simplify the radical. But every other number outside the radical, we can simplify. I see a 2, and a 4. So what I can do is I can divide all of those by 2. So it's going to give me 1 plus or minus 1I. I don't have to write the 1. I'm just going to write I. Square root 5. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And then that's going to give you 2 answers. You're going to have 1 plus I square root 5 over 2. You're going to have 1 minus I square root 5 over 2. Okay, so wait till the very, very end before you simplify. All right, now that we talked about the quadratic formula, I want to talk about what the discriminant is. Okay, so the discriminant actually comes from the formula. Our discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. And what the discriminant tells us is, if I were to solve a problem, how many answers am I going to get, and what type of answers will they be? Okay, so our discriminant tells us how many and what type of answers will I get if I decide to go ahead and solve this. So let's take, we have 4x squared plus 1 equals 4x. Okay, so again, I need my a, b, and c, and I can't identify a, b, and c until I'm in standard form. So my x squared comes first, then my x. The 4x is on this side. I have to bring it over, so it's going to be a negative 4x plus 1. So now you can identify your a, b, and c. So a is going to be 4, b is negative 4, c is 1. And you are literally just going to plug them in. So negative 4 squared minus 4 times a, which is 4, times c, which is 1. Okay? Going to give you a 16 here. This is negative 16 times 1 is still negative 16, and I get a 0. Now, if you want to, just keep a little cheat sheet over here. If your discriminant is a positive, you get 2 real solutions. If your discriminant is a 0, you get 1 real solution. And if it's a negative, you get 2 complex. Okay, so complex means your answers have i's in them. So here I have 0, so that means I'm going to have 1 real solution. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, so this is our little cheat sheet. All right, we have 2x minus x squared equals 4. We have to get it in standard form first. So my x squared is going to come first, and it's a negative. My 2x is next, and it's a positive. The 4 has to come over, which makes it a negative 4. So identify your a, b, and c. A is negative 1, b is 2, c is negative 4. Okay? So now we're going to have 2 squared minus 4 times A times C. Okay? We're going to have a 4. Negative 4 times negative 1 is positive 4. Positive 4 times negative 4 is a negative 16. This is going to give us a negative 12. Negative numbers mean that we are going to have 2 complex solutions. Okay? All right, good luck, guys.